I done seen some shit. You ever seen two comics get into fisticuffs? And why?
Two comics getting a fight. Yes.
You did?
Yeah. I saw Aries Spears get stole on outside the Comedy Act Theater one night.
In L.A.?
Yeah. Like, this was like 98.
Really?
Yeah. Dude, like.
Robin Harris?
Robin Harris already dead.
Damn.
But I can't remember the guy's name. It was like Marco or something. Yeah, it was weird though, because like the vibe was good that night.
Really?
And then the guy was accusing Aries of stealing a joke.
Damn.
And Aries just walked outside and it was like no talking. The dude like walked up, like said something, and Aries was like, whatever. And the dude was like, I was like, oh. And it wasn't like Aries got his ass kicked. Okay. It was one punch, and then Aries covered up, and everybody kind of stopped. But I was just like, whoa. I was like, this is serious business out here in the streets.
What happened with the guy? He just was like, yeah, and left?
Yeah, like, it was so fast. Like, I was like talking to a couple people, and I looked over, and I saw the dude swinging. I heard, like, they were talking shit.
Right.
Like, it's been going on for a couple of weeks.
Okay.
Like, the dude kept accusing Aries of stealing a joke.
Got you.
But dude was waiting.
Dang.
Aries walked outside and like dude was like talking shit.
I was there the night Scruncho and TK got into it.
I heard about that. Did that happen like they say it did?
What did you hear?
I heard TK went outside and Scruncho was covered. They didn't know if it was Scruncho or not. He ran up on him and just hit him with like a two-piece. Boop, boop. Kept it moving.
They fought more than once. So maybe that's one of the fights. But what I saw, so it was Bob Sumner's night on the Tuesday.
We're at Improv?
No, we're at Comedy Store.
Okay.
Main room.
All right.
And TK's on stage, and he's literally like, who raised you? Right? Like he's in the middle, like he's saying that. Scruncho comes in, he's got papers. And the papers are supposedly TK's statement. Like that got Scruncho put in jail.
Oh, really? It was over that?
From the last time that they fought.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
So the core of it, and I could be wrong, and it may be messy to even say, but basically Scruncho had a lady he wanted that was like, he was like, this is my fiance. And him and TK were cool. They were boys. And I guess she needed to pick TK up or something like that. And Scruncho was like, just don't holler at my girl. And TK was like, yeah, for sure. And then hollered at his girl. And then Scruncho was like, all right, so when I see you, right? And so they had some fisticuffs, and then Scruncho said the cops came by his house, and TK was like, that's his house. And they came and got him, and then he went to jail. So then when he got out, he got the paperwork and went straight to the Comedy Store.
Wow.
And TK's on stage when he walks in, and Scruncho's like, he's like, who raised you? He was like, Scruncho yelled, Scruncho, shut your bitch ass up. And he runs up there, he drops the paper, and when I tell you, before the paper finishes doing this shit, how papers fall, Scruncho's already got, like, he just jumped up and grabbed TK by the shirt, and they're going, and it was like, that was like two bulls going at that point, but Scruncho got him off of the stage.
Oh my God.
And then in one two-handed push, he pushed TK, and TK went all the way back. So you know how there's that little exit over there? Like, so say there's the stage, and then to the left there's that exit that goes out on the sunset. He pushed him all the way back to
holy shit, that's a long way.
It was a strong fucking push. 20 feet or some shit. But he just couldn't get, like, there was always a table or a chair. He's like, and then he caught himself at that little pony fence. Yeah. And then they came back to scrap some more, and Bob was just like, we need this night of comedy, don't do it. Right? It was pandemonium. But yeah, it was a lot of grabbing. Scruncho got maybe 2 or 3 punches off, and then boom, he went out into the door and hopped in the car and was off into the night. And then TK was on the phone. He was like, yeah, they didn't came down. He came down here right now and all that. And then it was like, no, TK, no, don't call anyone else. And then he left. And then there was like maybe 11 people left in the room. And just like, because the door was open, like it just, like cars were just going by. And you smelled car smells. You know what I mean? Like, what in the fuck just happened?
Oh my God. I've only seen fights in L.A.
Man,
comedy clubs.
I don't know how.
I've only seen it in L.A.
I was so close at one point that TK's chest was on my left hand and Scruncho's shoulder was on my right, where I'm like, stop. That's where I don't even know how I got in between it.
Yeah.
It just kept moving until it was like, I was like, oh, and like, and that's where it was. And Bob's like, no. So it was crazy.
Oh, I think the guy's name was Marquez the Greatest.
Oh, yeah. That is who. Marquez is from L.A. Light-skinned dude, smooth, kind of looks like EL.
Hold on. No, this guy had dreads almost.
He cut his hair, though. He was on a heavy set guy. He was a skinny dude.
Skinny, really skinny.
That's Marquez. And the other fight I saw, well, I wasn't there.
That's who.
Aries was fighting with Zoe on Corey's podcast.
I saw that.
Well, Zoe was fighting with Aries.
Yeah.
What does Aries be doing?
Marquez, they got images of him? Let me sure.
Oh, no, I know who Marquez the Greatest is. And he's very talented.
That's the guy.
Yep, that's him. And that's his headshot, that yellow one right there. On the top right.
Yep.
That's Marquez. I don't see him hang out anymore, but he used to always be out there with Mark Prince.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, you take me back, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's who stole on Aries, and then yeah, I don't know why.
And I was
Aries
like, why
got
were they
sucked.
fighting? And they were like, TK gets knocked out once every decade. Now, I haven't been present for every decade, but I'm like, what do you mean? Someone's like, he stole Russell Simmons' card. He stole somebody else's something.
So like Diddy's, Eddie Murphy's watches.
Something that, like, what was he doing?
He
What?
stole Diddy's credit card, supposedly.
A black card or something.
Eddie Murphy's watches.
Okay.
Back in the day. I don't know.
Once a decade. Somebody was like, he was due. That
just
was
glad it
literally what
wasn't
they
me.
chalked the whole thing up to.
I'm glad nobody's ever like, fuck, comics never come to me crazy.
Yeah, I don't get it either.
I'm pretty laid back though. I'm pretty like,
You be going off on people, though.
not like that.
You be going off on people, though.
Not like that.
You be going off on people, though.
Name one.
People be getting gone off on. New clip. Okay. I went to a club. I don't know the name of the club, but I think it was an Improv. And there was a GM there and a lady. And she was real nice. But one of the stories she told me was, you were like, I'm not going on stage until my fruit is cut. My writer says my fruit needs to be cut. Pineapples need to be cut.
No, you're talking about Chanel.
No.
I never would not go on stage because my pineapple isn't cut.
They said, they're like, Gary Owen.
They're making shit up. They're making shit up.
Well, let me finish their lie then.
All right.
They're like, next comedian says, Gary Owen. And you don't go out. And then she comes to the groom and she's like, they're calling you out. And you're like, that's what's up. But my pineapples are supposed to be cut. And these are still in rounds.
Am I lying?
So she's like, okay. And then you're like, okay. And so you sit. She goes, okay. You go, okay. You're like, she's like, somebody give me a fucking knife. So she says she has to cut your pineapples and dice them. She dices
lying.
them up.
Who told you
I'm just
this?
telling you what was told to me.
That's a lie. All this is a lie.
Let me finish the lie. They dice up the pineapples. As soon as she finishes the last cut, you're like, and now I'll go perform. Don't even eat them. Walk out, crush for an hour, and then come back and you're like, have my shit cut up next time. That's what my writer
That
said.
sounds so dope. I didn't do it.
Sounds
But that
dope to
sounds
you?
like a fucking dope ass rip. Come back next time. You'll learn.
So that's the legendary story I had. And that through that story, I was like, I gotta have Gary at the club, but I swear I was like, cut that fucking fruit up.
Let me ask you something. After working with me for a week.
Did you notice your watermelon was in slices Friday and
Yes, I
diced
did.
Saturday?
It was different.
Because I said, he's being nice because we're cool, but you have got to cut that fucking fruit up.
I did notice that. I did notice. And it was way better cut. It was way better. More flavorful. It didn't hit the rinds. You know what I mean?
It was cut with the tears of fear. It was his fear tears.
Okay. Since we're going there, like, is my rep a prima donna? Is my rep I'm hard to work with?
That's the only story I have gotten of that.
Okay.
So yes.
It is. I'm hard to work with.
If I only got one story and that is it.
So I'm easy to work with.
No, the only story I had was that you were a cut my fruit up monster.
From one GM.
I didn't talk to two, and the other one was like, that's some bullshit. I
Okay,
talked
that's
to
what I'm
one,
saying.
and the one said that.
So there's never been another story about
I got
me.
to live life through my own eye sockets, and the one story I had, you were. Now you asking me, has that been my experience?
Right.
No, you're super cool. Have the goddamn aluminum water, and everyone's good.
Where's the GM at?
The GM of what?
Whoever this mythical club is.
Still there. The club's real. It's a lady named Amanda.
Amanda.
Yeah. I also am very honest. I'm forthright about money. I'm
What
honest about
city?
names. Midwest. I'm not sure which club, though.
Amanda.
It's the club where you do it. If you come out the front door, there's like a kiddie park right there. A kiddie park.
A kiddie park?
Yeah, it's like, I think it's Ohio.
So it's not Columbus?
It could be.
Or Cleveland or Toledo?
Not Cleveland, because Cleveland's the one that's on the water with the boats outside.
Yeah.
Not that one.
Columbus is in the mall.
No, it's not in a... Well, is it an open air mall?
No.
This is an open air mall.
Is it Toledo then?
That sounds... I don't know, because Toledo has where all the black people bring their chairs down to kick it. So I don't think
all you got is Dayton. It must be Dayton.
Maybe. Dayton.
It has to be Dayton. Man, it's probably bullshitting then.
She's a sweet lady, and it all sounded so real.
They probably was lying. Dayton is the one, like, it's on the second floor.
I don't know. I said, you better cut that goddamn fruit up. That's all I know.
That's never happened. So let me think of, like...
If you bitches get me knocked out by Gary Owen, I'm going to be so mad.
Let me think of some stories where I could have been perceived as a prima donna.
Yeah, tell me what you did.
So
Gary.
Columbus.
Columbus,
Ohio.
It was Columbus.
And
Gary.
I'll never...
It was Columbus, Gary. Are you about to say the same story?
No. Completely different story.
Okay.
But how shit can get twisted, right? I'll never forget it. Yao Ming was a rookie. It was the first night he was playing against Shaq.
Okay.
So I've never been to Columbus Funny Bone before.
Okay.
So I'm there doing something, and I say, hey, let's stop by the Funny Bone. I'm here in a couple months. So I walk in just to say hi. I don't care who's on the show. Right? I came to say hi to management and say, hey, I'm excited. I'm coming here in a couple months. And I'm walking, and that's when I see Yao Ming's playing Shaq. And I go, oh, okay. Sat up for a few minutes, watch the game. And then I go, the door guy, nobody's like saying anything to me. Not saying hello. Are you trying to get to the show? Nothing, right?
Right.
So the Columbus One back then had the swinging two doors.
Yes.
So I pushed open the two swinging doors, trying to get stopped, trying to have somebody say, hey, what are you doing here? I'm going to be like, hey, I'm a comedian.
City.
That's a lie, bro.
Kansas City. I was in my phone to find the right person.
I love Kansas City.
Well, you don't go up unless they cut the fucking fruit. It's Kansas City.
I can't wait to hear this story.
It's Kansas City.
I can't wait to find out. Anyways, Columbus Funny Bone.
Yes.
Walk in. As soon as I opened the double doors, I got rushed by security. I was like, hey, you ain't paying for your tickets. I'm going, I'm not trying to get in. Like, my hands are up.
Right.
Like, they escort me out to the bar. I'm out the bar, and I'm like, yo. I'm not trying to see the show.
That's me. I'm the
I'm
third
a comedian.
one on the wall.
I'm literally going, I'm a comedian, and I go, I'm here in a couple months, and da-da-da. I said, I just want to meet the GM and everything else. It got so blown out of proportion. Like, the dude grabbed me and was like, yo, yelling and shit. I go, yo, why's everybody yelling? Right? So now I'm sitting at the bar, and I go, can I just see the GM? Like I said, so the bartender starts talking to me. This is where shit went left. The bar goes, who are you? I said, I'm Gary Owen, man. I said, I'm actually coming here a couple months. And he goes, you like performing here? He goes, now I know you're lying. He goes, I book all the comics.
Wow.
I was like, I literally like this. I go, you're the bartender. Like something like this.
He was booking the features.
He goes, he booked the features. I found out.
Right. You're like, what about Dave?
The way he did it too, he was like, now I know you're lying.
He still kept making
I book all the comics.
He never stopped making
No, still like this. Hey, this motherfucker.
Shaking it out.
Extra dirty, right? So I'm going, what the fuck is going on at this club? Like, why is everybody attacking me?
Right.
The GM comes out, right? The girl. And she goes, hi. I go, hey. I said, look, I don't know how this got blown out like this. I go, I literally just come in to say hi. And I'm here in a couple months. And she goes, oh, yeah, well, come on in. I go, no, I don't want to see the show. Right. I just want to say hi.
Just want to say hello.
My dumb ass stayed to watch this basketball game.
Shaq.
Now the show's ending, and now everybody's like, this guy's an asshole. Like, he's gloating that I won. Because I am still telling the bartender, I go, dude, I'm telling you I'm a comedian.
Right.
And I go, there's no way I'm booked, right?
Right.
My agent calls me Monday. What happened to Columbus Funny Bone?
Damn.
I go, what do you mean? I'm not thinking nothing of it. I'm thinking everything's cool. They go, yeah, Dave Stroop, who books a lot of clubs, he goes, Dave called and said he wants to cancel you from all his clubs.
What?
I was supposed to be at like 6 of his clubs. And I go, what? He goes, yeah, he wants to cancel you. He goes, they said you came in. He was like, you motherfucker don't know who I am. They made it sound like I kicked open the door. I was like, motherfucker, I'm here.
Right.
I was like, that is not what happened, right?
Right.
Nick Nucifero was my agent at the time.
Nick.
He called, calmed everything down. I come to the Columbus Funny Bone a couple months later.
Packed out.
Dave picks me up for press. Yeah.
Okay.
It's tense all morning, right? We're cool, but it's like, it's in the air.
Right.
We get done with press. We get back, and I go, hey, do you want to talk about what happened a couple months ago? He goes, I've been waiting. I was like this. So I told him, I said, dude, all that, the way he told me the story, I go, all that is correct, except I didn't kick open the door.
Right.
I didn't be like, you motherfuckers don't know who I am.
Right.
I go, no. I sat at the bar. The show was halfway through, so none of your staff was really out there.
Right.
So I opened the door on purpose to try to get somebody to get the GM. I said, but I didn't kick it open.
Right.
I said, and your bartender did like come at me like, I know you're lying.
Right.
I book all the comics, and that's when Dave goes, no, he helps book our off nights and the features and shit. And I go, oh. He goes, oh, okay, now it makes sense. And now, me and Dave's cool as ever.
Right.
The weekend went smooth. I go there every year. It's great. This was like, obviously, Yao Ming was a rookie 20-some years ago.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
You kicked the door?
No. I pushed it open with my hand.
Did your hand have a shoe on it?
Nope. It was gentle.
Any reference to cut my motherfucking fruit up was said?
Nope. I wasn't even eating fruit at the time. I was eating the prime rib taquitos.
Okay.
With guacamole and sour cream. That was my food of choice at the old Improv. If you know you've been in Improv for years, that used to be the shit.
Prime rib taquitos.
Then prime rib taquitos, nothing like it. Yep. So that was a prima donna story, I guess. Got construed.
But what about where something really happened?
Like
something really happened
at another club?
Anywhere on earth.
I can share another story where I could be construed as a prima donna.
Was there what?
Pittsburgh Improv.
Damn.
They had the only black GM, which is really disappointing because I'm all about black people. Mm-hmm. I'm there. First I get there, and he calls and says, hey, you want to drive yourself to press? And I go, no, I don't know the city.
Right.
And then
when was this, though?
12 years ago.
Got it. So this is, you got to print out MapQuest directions to get around.
No, the iPhones were out.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and in the cars, most cars were starting to have GPS in the car.
Okay.
So I was like, what? I never had a manager ask, do I want to drive myself to press?
You didn't want to do it.
Well, I found out why. I mean, his car was kind of filthy.
Okay.
So I was like, oh, that's why you didn't have time to clean your car out. So we go to press.
You said that?
No, I was thinking it when he picked me up. So then we go to press. The shows are fine. I got a sore throat. I said, hey, can I get some tea? We don't have any. I was like, well, so what do we want to do? Want to just fucking die up here? So there's a Starbucks right down the street, right? So he brings me some tea that I'm calling him at like 3 o'clock. I need some tea at the club tonight. Yeah, like I'm at the club. He goes, we ain't got no tea at the club. I go, well, what are you doing?
You got 4 hours to get it.
I go there. They got the hot water and the tea bags. He goes, yeah, I brought this from my house. I was like, I don't care where you brought it from, right?
Is it tea?
So now we go to settle. The weekend's over, right? I've already got the issue with that and that, right?
If you say what I think you're about to say,
no,
you're not a prima donna.
This is going a whole different direction.
Okay.
We're going to settle.
He expensed the tea.
No, it's worse. At that time, my contract said I get 2 hotel rooms.
Okay.
I called a couple weeks before. I said, hey, can I get 3 rooms at the same hotel? And they was like, the hotel's sold out. They go, so I said, don't worry about it. I'll just have my guys double up. I had like a camera guy and my feature. They know each other. I said, they'll double up. Don't worry about it. Literally 2 days before I get there, they go, hey, we got that 3rd room for you at the Courtyard. And I was like,
at a different hotel?
No, same hotel I was at on the waterfront. That was the hotel they used to put you at. I was like this. I go, great. I don't think nothing of it. We go to settle. He expensed me on the 3rd room. And I go, I told you don't worry about it. And he was like, yeah, but you called and we got it for you. I said, but I told you don't worry about it. You didn't tell me you were going to take it out of my check. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to be like, I was there for 4 nights. I said, why don't we do this? Why don't we just, I'll pay for 2 nights. You guys take care of 2 nights. That's fair. Miscommunication. He goes, no. 4 nights. I was like this. I said, I'm not going to have this discussion with you. I'll call my agent. We'll settle it like afterwards, that, right? Yeah. Then I go, hey, I'm driving back to Cincy tonight. Can the car service pick my feature up and take him to the airport.
The one that was for me anyway.
Right. No. He goes, no, the contract says you. I was like, it's a body getting in the car. Who cares? I didn't have to tell you I was driving back to Cincinnati.
Right.
He goes, nope, your contract says you. I was like, I'm sorry, was I being a dick this week? And he goes, huh? I go, was I being a dick this week? He goes, no. I go, why you treat me like that? I go, you're fighting me on everything and you're penny pinching.
Right.
He goes, dude, I'm just going off the contract. I was like this. All right. I left it alone. Called my agent. They worked it out. Everything got smoothed over. 6 months later, I get a contract for Pittsburgh, like in 6 more months, like a year later.
Right.
I said, I don't want him in the building. I said, I'll come.
Gary.
I do not want to see him. I do not want to hear an apology. I do not want to hear an excuse.
Right.
I do not want to see this dude. They was like, well, he's the GM. I said, I don't got to come, but I don't want him there. And then sure enough, I came. He wasn't allowed in the building again. So when I went to settle it was like some girl. She goes, I've never done this before. She's trying to wreck.
First of all, you guys take her all the rooms.
Show me the numbers.
4 days. Yeah.
I was so mad at that dude. I was livid. I was like, come to find out. Now I'm telling the story to a few people. They go, dude, Charlie Murphy snapped on this boy one night. I said, what do you mean? He goes, Charlie Murphy was in the green room smoking weed.
Okay.
This same GM that was penny pitching me and going off, he went into Charlie's dressing room. He goes, hey, there's no smoking in the building. They said Charlie opened the door and said, all right, you got 2 choices. He goes, I can stop smoking weed, but I'm not going up, and you're going to tell all these people I didn't go on stage because you didn't want me smoking weed in the dressing room, or you can get the fuck out and we can start this show. Right. I was like, Charlie's my fucking spirit animal.
Yeah.
I was like, that's the second story that I had a slight issue with somebody that they came back and said Charlie Murphy handled it like I wanted to, but I didn't. There was Birmingham, Alabama, there was a radio morning show, and they told me before I went there.
This is the Dome, Bruce?
Stardome.
Got it.
They told me beforehand, the station, they get great numbers, but they're shock jocks. They like to fuck with people.
Yeah.
I said, I'm game.
Yeah.
Whatever. Literally, I get up there, and this is before Think Like a Man. So they go like this. They go, no, all right, we got Gary Owen in the building. Where do people know you from? I was like, well, I was in Daddy Daycare. They go, yeah, like anybody saw that. And I was like, motherfucker, I made like 150 million. Right. Everybody saw that movie. I was like, I've done some duds.
Right.
That wasn't one of them. And I was like,
one of them.
I was like, oh, this motherfucker just reaching, right? I play along. I knew they'd try to go in on me. It was fine. We get off, right? We're driving back, and the GM at the time of the storm, he goes, dude, they go, I wish you were here when Charlie Murphy was here. I go, please share. He goes, Charlie Murphy went on the show, and we warned Charlie everything, and Charlie goes, I got it. He said, the guy goes, so Eddie Murphy. Charlie goes, I'm gonna stop you right there. He goes, my brother's name comes out your mouth one more time, I'm gonna knock your teeth down your throat. And Charlie goes on teeth and starts smiling. The guy goes, hey, he goes, one time. Teeth down the throat. They said Eddie Murphy did not come out of his mouth the rest of the interview. I go, so all that shock jack, the motherfucker wasn't stupid.
Yeah.
That was funny when they said, one more time.
Right.
Teeth down your throat. I said, oh my God, I miss Charlie. I didn't know Charlie like that.
He's tough.
But that's just one guy that I was
He's
like.
He's the one yelling out on Delirious.
Oh my God.
The heckler is like, we love you, Eddie. Hey, shut up, bitch.
Yes.
That's him.
Did you ever meet him?
Yeah.
Like numerous times?
No, once. So I met him. I was at the Improv, and then they were like, "Oh, there's a bunch of comics down at this place next door." And I didn't know the name of it, but there's like they were known for oysters. And so I go down there and I meet him, and he's just sitting there. There's the biggest oyster plate I've ever seen in my life, and Charlie's sitting in a booth eating oysters. He's like, "What's up, little motherfucker?" And that's it.
That's how you met him?
That's it. What's
Charlie
up,
was
little
great.
motherfucker?
I wasn't like
he was sitting with Freeze Love.
Yeah, Freeze is open for him.
Mm-hmm.
So I wasn't like. I'm not gonna act like I was super cool and all that, but every interaction I had over the years was always just genuine. He talked to me like he knew me for years. You know what I mean? What's up, Gary? How's it going, man? How's the fam? Just regular shit. Yeah, and I was like, it's just how he was. But Charlie had that edge, like, I don't want to fuck with. I don't want to get on this dude's bad side. There's some certain comics you don't want to get on their bad side. Right. I'd always look at him like, I do not want to be on your bad side.
He's one of them.
We were talking about that, like Eddie Murphy's like iconic, but Charlie Murphy's like, We was talking about Chris Rock.
And
Tony
Tony-
Rock's like, Tony was like, he would
Tony's
snap
my
on
guy,
a
but
motherfucker. I love Tony,
Tony
but
will stop you in your tracks.
that motherfucker will snap
fuck you
on
say
people.
to me, motherfucker?
Yeah, what the
That's
fuck
Tony.
you talking about?
Right.
You eat one of my burgers? What?
You
I
ain't
ordered
cut
5
my
burgers, bro.
motherfucking fruit, bitch. Kick in the door, waving the 4-4.
Yeah,
Where's
yeah.
my goddamn fruit cut up?
Yeah, and you meet. Like I said, I'm not close to Charlie or Eddie, but worked with Eddie, met him numerous times. Worked with Charlie, met Charlie. Go, oh yeah, Charlie was a protector of this motherfucker.
For sure.
Charlie was. Even though Chris older than Tony, I'm
Tony's
like
a protector.
Oh yeah,
They got
Tony
another
like-
brother that supposedly is the like Mr. Don't fuck around at all.
Oh really?
Yeah. So Tony
Yeah.
is the party brother.
Yeah.
But we'll go there.
I've never.
Tony
I
does
never
the best
went
parties.
I never went out with Tony. I never had a show with Tony. He wasn't out after the show.
Oh no,
That motherfucker
Tony's,
can go.
Tony's out.
He can go.
He's kicking it.
bro.
Yeah.
I was like, whoa.
We got to wrap because our show, and we got to grab some food real quick.
All right.
Like,
this was awesome.
The diamonds are in there for sure.
I gotta get some pineapples.
Cut up.
Look.